Hello, dear students. Welcome to this session. In the last session, we discussed about the payment gateways, and I told you people that I will be telling about card associations, right? That is the last one we left yesterday. So, to elaborate on the card associations, like I was mentioning, we have Visa, we have Mastercard. Likewise, we have RuPay, which is an cards, Indian cards, just like Visa. All these are also providing financial services to banks. These people are tied up with financial institutions and they are providing financial services to financial institutions, like for example banks. So State Bank may have RuPay card or Visa card. So debit card issued by State Bank of India may be of Visa or maybe of Mastercard or maybe of RuPay. Okay. So all these people like Visa, Mastercard, RuPay, and there is another Chinese card. So all these people have formed an association. So yesterday we were discussing about how these payment gateways play a role and what are the parties involved in payment gateways, right? Now, State Bank of India, if suppose I have my account, which is the bank is located in Jayanagar, and I have my account there, they have issued me credit card and debit card. Now I am going to uh, let's say I'm going to Madikeri, and in Madikeri I am staying at Mahindra Resort, and I am using my card, credit card, to make payment at Mahindra Resort. Okay. Now for Mahindra Resort, they know State Bank of India, but they don't know State Bank of India Jayanagar branch, right? They don't know where Jayanagar is and their the account is there. Okay, they know State Bank of India. Likewise, State Bank of India, my branch, doesn't know Mahindra Resorts, which is located in Madikeri. Okay, so I'm using at Mahindra. They know Mahindra Resort, but they don't know whether it is Mahindra Resort Madikeri or Mahindra Resort Manali. Okay, so now there is a confusion here. Now, how to recognize these parties? Okay, so that is where these card associations come into play. These card associations now they have tied up with banks. In collaboration with banks, they are providing financial services to these banks. Like they don't issue cards, but yes, they are tied up, and all the card services are provided by these. Like card number, CVV number, your name, everything is printed. There is magnetic strip or there is a chip card, okay, microchip in that. So etc. etc. Everything, all the transaction which is happening on your card is flowing through these Visa, Master or RuPay card channels. Okay. Now State Bank of India will recognize you through their card, and this card, all these card details are generated, accessed, maintained, verified by Visa or Mastercard or RuPay, whichever card you have. Okay. So what is happening when you initiate a transaction? The details are coming to card associations of the card, particular card. So card is also verifying. Likewise, bank is also verifying. Then OTP is coming, and then your transaction getting authorized. Okay, so these card associations, they have formed an association across India. Now these card associations, what they have done, they have tied up with merchants. Okay, so like I said in the example, Visa, Mastercard, RuPay card, they have tied up with Mahindra and Mahindra. They have tied up with Big Bazaar. They have tied up with the DMart. They have tied up these card associations. They have their own payment gateways. They have provide their own financial services. Now they have tied up, like they have tied up with Flipkart. They have tied up with Amazon. So all these merchants have tied up with these card associations. Now these card recognize the merchants. Okay. Likewise, these payment portals, what payment gateways, what we are using, they have also registered with card associations. Merchant is also registered. Now there is a recognition. Address is mentioned. Now I recognize because it is there in my database. Likewise, now bank is not worried about recognizing the merchant because already the intermediary, the card association recognizes Big Bazaar, card associations recognize DMart. Likewise, so bank doesn't worry. Bank, what it has to worry now? It has to worry whether the transaction is generated by a actual customer who is holding the card, it is authorized transaction, and bank has to verify whether balance is there on the card, that is on in the account when it is NEFT or when it is debit card, or if it is credit card, there is a balance, enough balance to make the payment. So bank has to only worry about verifying customer whether he is a true customer or actual customer using the card. Everything is done by Visa. So now, whenever e-commerce companies they want to use payment gateways, these merchants like Flipkart, they have to first sign up with the payment gateways. And they sign agreements, they provide their account details, etc., etc. Payment gateway will take all those details. There is negotiation on charges per transaction. Now all the bank details are stored with payment gateways. Whenever money is coming to payment gateway from customer's account, they transfer it to the merchant's bank account. And this is how it is happening. So merchants, payment gateways, from payment gateways it is going to card associations or banks. It may go to both. Verification is happening from both the sides, and then customer getting a OTP, and then he submit a OTP. Verification process is happening. So that's where the card associations play a very major role. So what happens if there is no card association or these Visa or MasterCard? So like even there is a cooperative society, for example, let's say Karnataka Cooperative Society. If they bring their own card without Visa or RuPay or MasterCard or any other card association, member of the card association, now who will recognize these cooperative society card? If I go to Big Bazaar will see and Big Bazaar will say that we don't accept these cards because these are not recognized. These are not accepted by these payment gateways because this card is not registered with any of the payment gateways or any of the financial service providers like card association. So we cannot recognize, so we cannot accept your card. So many of the websites where you go, some of the websites, you may find all the banks, you may find all the credit card being accepted. And there are some websites where you may find only if it is MasterCard or Visa, the cards are accepted. RuPay cards are not accepted. It happened with RuPay cards. Many of the shop establishment, when you went there, they said that if it is RuPay, we cannot process the payment because RuPay has not registered or recognized this merchant. Big Bazaar has not registered with RuPay or RuPay has. So once Big Bazaar is registered, you can go to Big Bazaar and give your RuPay card. They say that yes, we have registered and RuPay recognizes us, transaction will be successful, give you. So you can swipe and make the payment. Else, cards generally will not be accepted if they are not recognized by card association. So that is the elaborated knowledge which I wanted to show. These are very, very technical aspects. We don't know how to get into so much, but because you people are going to get into job, this knowledge will be helpful for you people whenever you appear for interview or maybe whenever you are performing your responsibilities. Okay. So this is the added information for you people, but general outflow or working model of payment gateways we have discussed yesterday. Now, let's move to the next topic, which is Google AdWords. Now we are dealing with digital marketing. We have paid and we have free. We have paid and we have free. In free, we have SEO. we have discussed this point that day. I shared the screen and I showed you what is SEO. SEO, we have on page and off page. On page SEO, we have discussed it like your address of the website www.com, Flipkart, www.flipkart.com/electronics/watches, that is the address, then title, keywords, meta description, content of the page, okay, site map, etc., etc., your website or your app. So we are optimizing it, that is your on page, that is website optimization is on page, which is free. We don't have to spend even a single rupee. Off page also we have discussed almost 23 off page efforts. Like we have social media, we have discussed some 7-8 social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, etc. We have discussed, like we have discussed about PRs, press releases, we have discussed about the directory listing, we have discussed about the review websites, okay, we have discussed about blogs. We are not paying any single rupee on this. Okay. So this is free digital marketing what we are doing. Search engine optimization. Now in the paid, I have search engine marketing. I told you people what is search engine. Search engine is an intermediary where a customer is coming, like Google Chrome. Customer will visit Google Chrome. He will put the keyword, whatever he is searching for. Then that search engine will penetrate into internet, collect the information and display on a page. Display on the page. That is the search engine. Now we are going for the paid. How we do advertising or marketing on these search engines. Okay. So search engines marketing, it is paid. In search engine marketing, we have search engine advertising. In search engine advertising, I have search ads, display ads, search ads or display ads, both are paid. Then I have social media marketing. So search engine marketing and social media marketing. In search engine advertising marketing, I am doing search engine advertising. In search engine advertising, I have search ads or display ads, and social media marketing like paid advertising on YouTube, paid advertising on Facebook, paid advertising on LinkedIn, etc., etc. So the point what we are going to discuss today is related to this. That is Google Ads. This is what we are going to. This is what Google Ads is what related to search engine advertising, which in turn related to search engine marketing, where we will be discussing about search engine ads, advertisements and display advertisements. So let's have a look at these points. This topic, as I was telling, is very, very important from your career point of view, from the point of getting jobs. If you people are very much interested into marketing or advertising, this is one of the profile where you are going to find most of the job opportunities in coming days. Because as I said, we are moving towards digital economy, payments. There is a more stress on e-commerce. There is a penetration of internet. So more people are coming onto the websites. There is an effort being made constantly by e-commerce websites to build trust among customers by providing quality products, by providing quality service, and making customers come, visit websites, purchase products and services on the website. So whenever people are buying on websites, then e-commerce is increasing. When there is e-commerce, sales is increasing. New people are entering. New market players are entering into the market. When new market players are entering, there is a competition. When there is a competition, then the marketing comes into picture, because we have to compete, we have to uh, stand out of the crowd and attract more customers to our website. So this is one of the very, very crucial uh, topic in your subject. It's a huge, huge module. Believe me, to get AdWords certified, you need to spend at least 1.5 months on your own learning about AdWords, Google AdWords. And Google AdWords, they run certification program. Okay, I tell you people, it is there already in the topics which are going to deal. But yes, there are 2 levels of exams. If you want to become a Google AdWords certified professional, then there are 2 levels of exam which you have to pass. Before that, you have to go and study, and that studying certification course is free. But the exam itself is costly, because you have to spend $50 per exam. Every time you take the exam, you have to spend $50. $50 is somewhere around 3,000 rupees. Okay, 3,000 to 3,500 rupees you have to spend. One is basic fundamental exam, and then there is advanced level exam. If you pass 2 levels, that is fundamentals and advanced, then you will get the certification saying that you are a Google certified AdWords professional, and then you can get into the market, get a job as a Google AdWords certified professional. Okay, so and then you can manage the Google. That will add a badge to your career, your resume, and it will help you in getting the job. So people spend lakhs of, like I was working for Edusys Services Private Limited. We used to spend 10,000 US dollars per day. Imagine 10,000 US dollars per day. If you convert it into rupees, it's like 7 lakh rupees per day, right? So every day the budget is allocated so much by one company to spend on Google advertising. So imagine how much Flipkart may be selling, may be spending on Google ads. How much Amazon may be selling on these search engine advertising. How much Zomato, how much Swiggy may be advertising, or how much these resorts, hotels may be spending on Google. It flows into lakhs together, crores together actually, if you take it annually. Okay, so there is huge money which is spent on these ads. So managing these ads is very, very important, because every rupee matters. So whenever you are advertising online, there is a less control on it, like less control on who is coming and clicking on the ad, who is visiting your website by clicking the ads, because every click you are spending money. So managing this advertisement and reducing the cost, increasing the number of customers visiting to your website is very, very important. So that is why having this knowledge for a digital marketing expert is very, very necessary. That too, especially in the current scenario. Okay, as I said, you people are going out in a very crucial time where there is entire economy, world economy is locked down. People are worried about recession, job loss, and you people are just passing out. You're going to pass out, and then you're going to get into market. So you have to compete. You are a fresher, and you have to compete with people who may have already more than 1 year of experience. Okay, 1.5 year of experience. Those people, with those people, you have to compete. So what you people have to do is, you people have to gain as much knowledge as possible. Do some certifications like these, which will help you in getting the jobs. So let's have a look at the Google AdWords. So Google AdWords, to look at the history of Google AdWords, it was started in the year 2000. Started by Google in the year 2000. It was very, very basic. It provided an opportunity, invited volunteers to come and create advertisements. And Google used to allocate individual employees of Google to manage these accounts. Okay. So it invited people to come, encourage them. Right? Initially, they used to give 10,000 US dollars advance amount to come and create advertisements, and one person is there to help you how to create ads, how to publish the ads, etc., etc. So in the year 2000 they started, and in the year 2005 they started a new program called as Jumpstart. Jumpstart is actually launched by Google for small enterprises who wanted to manage their ads on their own. They don't want to depend on Google because Google employees may be busy or response is not that great, or these small enterprises, they wanted to have some liberty in managing the advertisement. So Google, they started with Jumpstart program, where it is a self-management program and people, small enterprises, used to manage their own advertisements. Then in the year 2005, same year, they started Google AdWords professional program. What happened here? In the same year, they started giving certifications, inviting people to take this training. Then they used to ask people to conduct exams, take exams and pass the exams. Then after passing the exam, they used to give them certification. Now, once certified, these people will get a badge, Google certified badge on their resume. They can put it. So it is an added advantage for people who want to get into this job, this segment of the job. So they started Google AdWords certification like professional program. So there is fundamental program and there is 8 advanced programs. So anyone who want to become a professional, AdWords professional, then he has to pass. Fundamental is compulsory, and one of the advanced program out of 8 he has to pass. It is mandatory. So they started in the year 2005, and recently it was run by Google, and now what they have done is they have moved this training program into Google University. Previously it was taken care by Google. Now they have completely launched Google University to run these training and certification programs. You people can also log into Google support, and there you can go through these. Material is freely available. You are free at home. You can access this material freely, read it. You can create your own Google AdWords account. Then you can do the experiments, write exam, and get the certification. So this will be an added advantage for you people. It will cost you somewhere around 3,000 plus 3,000. So 6,000 to 7,000 rupees. And you can take exam from your location. So this started in the year 2005. Then in the year 2008, these people started online marketing challenges. Online marketing challenge. They conduct online marketing challenge every year from 2018. 2008 they have started, and every year they conduct. Every year, people from across the globe participate in this marketing channel on Google AdWords. Okay. So initially, this when started in the year 2000, they named it as Google AdWords, but now they are calling it as Google Ads. In the year 2018, they have rebranded it as Google Ads. So in the year 2008, from 2008, like 2008, 5,000 people from across the globe participated in this competition. And there is also prize money. Yeah. So people from across the world participate in this competition. It is purely based on Google AdWords. Okay. Now, in the year 2016, they started new program called Showcase Shopping. So previously, only text ads were an individual or a merchant want to advertise and invite traffic to his websites were displayed by Google. Later on, Google started in the year 2016 showcase shopping like Google Merchant Center. Here, those people who are registered in Google Merchant Center and those people who are selling products, those people can register on this Google Showcase shopping program and they can advertise whatever they are selling, and directly the objective here is to increase sales. The objective is not to invite to the website, but objective is to increase sales. So whatever customer or merchant is selling, so ads for such sales can be displayed or created using Showcase shopping. So whenever you go to Google and search for mobiles, you want to buy a mobile and you search for mobile, you may get Flipkart, you may get Amazon, you may get another eBay or some other website. Along with that, Google is also showing you results, right? About EMI price and then seller, etc. You try it. Suppose you want to book a flight. Okay, you are going from Bangalore to Delhi. So when you go to Google and search for Bangalore to Delhi, Google will show you ads of Go Ibibo, Make My Trip, then Luft, say Go Air, etc., airlines or any travel portals. Along with that, Google is also showing you its own page or result where you can actually search there itself and see the results and book. So what is happening here? Showcase shopping. People can come see that ad and purchase the product. Such advertisements were able to create from 2016, and in 2018, as I said, it was rebranded from Google AdWords to Google Ads. They rebranded it in the year 2018. So, like from there, the programs are running successfully. It is a very, very dynamic software, very, very dynamic platform. It keeps on changing. Millions of people are using it for creating advertisement, reaching maximum internet users, trying to promote their website, trying to sell their products, trying to inform customers about the promotions or offers that they are running, etc., etc. There are different goals with which merchants or advertisers come to Google AdWords and do advertising. So this is a overview of history of the Google Ads. Now, how it works? Basically, what is the concept behind Google Ads? Okay. What is the concept here? Now, in your mobile, you might have visited Flipkart once, okay, and search for mobiles. Next time you want to search for TV, but again it will show you as soon as you enter and search for TV, it is showing TV ads. Along with that, at the bottom, those people who purchase TV, they have also purchased headphone, they have also purchased home theater, etc., etc. That is being shown. Likewise, on YouTube, whenever you go to YouTube, you have searched in Flipkart for mobiles. In YouTube, when you are watching some video, in between when there is an advertisement coming, it will be related to television ad which you searched on Flipkart, or it will be related to mobile which you search, any mobile in that case, which you search on Flipkart or in Google. Okay. Likewise, you search on Google, you search for hotels in Hampi. Okay. Then you went to Times of India or NDTV online page. You're reading news. In between, you will see the sponsored ads of, let's say, Make My Trip, book hotels in Hampi, 1000 rupees off. Okay. Now you are not in Google, you have closed Google now, but you are on Flipkart or you are on any other website. Okay. where you are searching, you are reading news, but there you are getting the advertisement of hotels in Hampi. So this Google AdWords, how it works is, there are two concepts based on which it is working. One is cookies, and second one is keywords. These are the two concepts which are used by Google AdWords. Now, cookies are basically, when you visit a website, every website is leaving a mark in your mobile memory or your laptop memory. Okay, it is leaving a mark. So by leaving this mark, the website recognize your mobile or your desktop every, it recognizes. So it is basically leaving a footprint in your desktop, in your laptop, or on your mobile whenever you visit. Okay, so now that website recognize your device, that is cookies. By leaving this mark, this cookie, now I can read whatever you have searched on internet on your mobile. You may have visited my website only once, but what I have done, I have left the mark in your mobile memory. Okay, so whenever you visit other websites, those websites are also leaving cookies. Okay, that is in your mobile. Now all these cookies are reading each other. So from this, I know what you have searched on internet. So this time you visited Flipkart. So the cookie recognizes, okay, this fellow has visited Flipkart and he has searched for headphone. Next time, this fellow has visited online certification course. Okay, so he is searching for online certification course. Next time you visit some blogs, like say traveling to Manali. So this cookie will recognize that you are interested in traveling. So that it will recognize, okay, travel, that keyword. It will recognize that keyword and it will recognize, it will try to understand what you have searched on the internet, what are your interests. Okay. So every time you visit, there is a cookie being left by the website. Okay, and reading your internet pattern. On the internet, what you are doing, where all you are going, is read by these cookies. Likewise, Google is also leaving a cookie and it will understand, it will read where all you have gone on internet, what all you have searched, it will recognize. Now that is very, I mean, this is how ads are being shown to you. Like I said in the example, in the very first example, you are reading news on NDTV, right? But you are getting advertisements of mobile phones. How NDTV recognizes that they have to show you mobile advertisements? Have you searched on NDTV? No. It is being done by the cookie, which is being used by Google, where Flipkart has advertised on Google and Google has recognized your interest that you have searched for mobile. That is why wherever you go on internet, this Google is showing you advertisement of mobile based on your cookie. So you have searched for travel. Whenever you are on Times of India webpage, I'm showing you travel advertisement. Whenever you are on YouTube, I'm showing you advertisement of hotels in Manali, hotels in Hampi. So it is based on your cookie. Now you have come to read news, but I'm showing you ads on. So this is based on cookie. So it is called as cookie-based advertising. One of the most popular. It is going to be one of the most popular. Everything is read what you are doing on your mobile, or what you are doing on internet by using your mobile. So people, what they do, they just clear history, they clear the cookies, so everything is wiped out. Okay, whenever you try this, whenever you go, if you're using your laptop, you're seeing many ads. So you just go, you clear the cookies, clear history. You will not get the same ads. But next time again you search for something, ads related to that particular product or service will start popping up whenever you visit the different websites. So cookie is one of the key. So it is customer behavior. Next is keywords. Keywords is, this is customer behavior. And keywords are used by merchants, or we can also call it advertisers. Keywords are used by advertisers. What happens here is, in Google AdWords, when I want to create advertisement, I have a hotel in Hampi. Now Google will suggest me keywords. What all the keywords being searched on internet which are related to hotel. The Google will give me the list. So I will select from that list keywords and I will create my advertisement. And in that advertisement, I will mention for which keyword when a customer or when an individual visit website, if he enters a keyword and if that keyword is in my list of keywords, then display my advertisement. So what I'm doing, basically, advertisers are using the keywords for which their ad will be displayed. When it will be displayed? When the individual is visiting the internet and searching for the information, and if that information is matching to the keyword, then the ads of this particular advertiser will be displayed. So here Google is combining these two technologies and ads are being generated, displayed and distributed among the on the internet. Okay, so these are the two techniques which are used. So here these ads, this is how these two technologies are created, and these ads can be displayed local, national, or even international level. They can be displayed anywhere. But advertisers have the liberty to select where the ads have to be displayed. I can select whether my ads should be displayed internationally or I want to display my ads only in India. Okay. So I can decide as an advertiser where my ads have to be displayed. Next is how these advertisers, when they create ads, how they pay. So payment technology, we call it as, payment method is CPC, which is cost per click. Cost per click. Or we also call it as pay per click. Pay per click or cost per click. It means whenever one person has visited internet, he searched, he inserted a keyword on the search engine. Now information is displayed and with that my advertisement is being displayed. Now this person clicks on my advertisement. If he clicks, then advertiser will have to pay money. That is cost per click or pay per click. For every click, advertiser have to pay money to Google. So every click it has to pay, advertiser has to pay. That is one of the costing method. Next is cost per impression. Cost per impression. Impression means how many times my advertisement is being displayed. Okay, so I will decide if my advertisement displays 1000 times, then I will pay 100 rupees. So whenever my ad reaches that 1000 mark, benchmark, then 100 rupees I have to pay to Google. This is called as pay per impressions. How many times my ad is being displayed on the website, any website it is. So it may be Google or it may be network of Google websites. So cost per impression. We also call it as PPM. PPM. Pay per million impressions. Okay, pay per million impressions. Like if the millions, if I decide that millions of impressions happen, then I will pay 10,000, 20,000, etc., etc. So either I can choose CPC, for each click I will pay to Google Ads, or I will take CPI, cost per impression. For every impression or every display of my ad, I will pay money to Google. So this is basically, this is how the Google works. So these are the two technologies, these are the costing methods, and this is how my ads are, this is where my ads are going to be. This. Okay. So let's go to some of the features which let's have a look at features of Google Ads. Okay. Now next feature is keyword planner. Google AdWords has a keyword planner. What Google will do, how many people are visiting Google every day? They are searching one or the other information. So Google, what it will do? It will take all these words and start creating a dictionary or list of keywords people are searching. It will first create a list. Next, it will try to understand the trend. For example, online certification. Okay, people are searching online certification. Google recognized this keyword and entered into its keyword list. After that, it will understand how many times online certification keyword is being searched across globe. Okay, this is online certification. So this keyword it has already recognized, and also it is recognizing trend. Trend means whether search is increasing for this keyword or search is increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing, or the search has increased and now going down. So how many people are coming and searching this keyword? Google will understand this and prepare a trend of keywords. So now, whenever I go and try to create Google AdWords, what I need? I need keywords to create my ad. Google has a keyword planner, and this keyword planner will suggest me the keywords which I can use for creating my ads. So by creating my ads, for that ads, when this ad has to be displayed, Google will show keywords, a list of keywords. From those list of keywords, I can select the keywords for which my ad has to be displayed. Say I select some 7 words, keywords. Google has suggested me 1000. I have selected only 7. Whenever these 7 keywords are entered or searched online, my ad has to be displayed. So Google Keyword Planner is one of the tools which is provided by Google AdWords because it makes very simple. I as an individual, as a merchant, I don't know what keyword I should use to advertise my website or my products and services. So that is why Google itself will suggest using this tool. Next is AdWord Express. AdWord Express. So AdWord Express previously was known as Google Boost. Google Boost. Basically, this is for small businesses. This tool, AdWord Express, is for small businesses who don't have too much time to spend and analyze every keyword, etc., etc. So what AdWord Express will help? It will automate many of the activities or automate the keywords selection and help these small companies or small businesses to quickly create their ads. So this is AdWord Express, which was known as Google Boost. It is especially for small businesses automation. Next key is Google Ads Editor. Google Ads Editor, let's say I am a certified Google AdWord professional. I have tied up with 10 companies and I am taking care of their Google AdWords. These 10 companies. For one company, I am running for one company. Out of 10, for one company, I am running 10 other advertisements or 10 campaigns. Okay. One campaign may be related to discount, another campaign may be related to new product launch, another campaign related to offers, another campaign related to new store opening, etc., etc., etc. So I am running some 5-6 campaigns for one company. Now I want to make changes to ads. Okay. So let's say I have changed my website. Now I have to go to every advertisement I change and change my link, website link. Rather than going to every advertisement, every campaign, and from that campaign, every advertisement, rather than going individual steps, what will happen? Google Ads Editor will help me in making bulk edits. I can do bulk edits. I go to Google Editor, I select which campaign I want to change. I just change, I go to that particular campaign, update my website address. It will change across all the ads in that particular campaign. Okay, in that particular campaign. So what happens is basically this is campaign. In campaign, I have ad groups. In ad groups, I have ads. So ad campaign may be one. In ad campaign, ad groups may be I have 3. In each ad group, I may have 3 ads for each. For each group, I have 3 ads. So imagine I want to change website address in all these 9 advertisements. So I don't have to go to individual. I can go to directly Google Ads Editor and I can do the bulk edits. So that is one of the feature which is available, which simplifies, basically saves time and simplifies the efforts. Next is Google Ads Manager account. Okay. So I said I am a Google AdWords certified and I am working for 10 companies. Right? Now, if I want to manage these 10 company AdWords, I have to create for company 1 account, company 2 second account, third account. Likewise, I have to create how many accounts? 10 accounts. So imagine if I start managing these 10 accounts independently, I have to first remember the login ID, then password for all the 10 accounts. Then also I need to remember what all the different strategies are there. Okay. How much money is available in account 1, how much money is available in account 2, likewise in all the 10 accounts. What are the restrictions in all the different 10 accounts? I will go crazy one friend. Okay. Managing all these 10 ads. So what will happen? With single account, you can link these 10 company accounts. That is, one single login access, and you from one single login, you can access all these 10 accounts. Okay. So like I have 10 clients, 10 clients, 10 accounts, single login access. I can just log into one account and access all these 10 accounts from single login. I don't have to log in, log out every time, use a different ID, password, log into account 1, then log out, then log into account 2, log out. I don't have to do that. I just have to log in into Google Ads Manager account. From Manager account, I can single login, I can access all the 10 clients accounts. I can visit account 1, 2, 3, 10 without login, logout, and I can manage the ads very easily. Next feature is Ad Reach Planner. Okay. So next feature is Reach Planner. So basically what happens with the Reach Planner is, it will help me in forecast, select audience, and also see outcomes. See the outcomes. So what is happening here? Reach Planner. I want to do advertising, so I should understand, right? I should understand if I advertise on Google, how many people I can reach. Okay, forecast how many people I can reach, how many people can click, how much amount I might have to spend on this, right? All the forecasting. So this Reach Planner will help me in forecasting about my ads. Next, select the audience where I want to advertise, location, demographics like gender, income, marital status, language, okay, which region. So audience to whom my ad has to be shown. Else Google, what it will do? You are selling in Bangalore, it will show advertisement in New York. What New York person will do? He will sit and click on your ad, and you are paying money to Google. He is not spending, I mean, he is not putting any order. He's just clicking, right? So you can able to select the audience, then define where your ad, in which location your ad should be displayed. Then after doing all the forecast about reach, about cost, about clicks expected, etc., then I should be able to see, I should be able to measure the performance and compare it with forecast. So I will also come to know what is the actual performance and compare that with the forecast using this Reach Planner. Next is IP address exclusion. Up to 500. So as I said, New York person is sitting in New York. You are advertising in Google. That fellow is sitting and he just clicking on your ad. And what you are doing? For every click, you are paying money to Google. Right? So you can sit, you can do the analysis, and you can block up to 500 IP addresses for whom your ad should not be displayed. Example, I am Flipkart, I am advertising on Google. What if my competitor appoint 2 people and tell them that you go to Google, search for Flipkart, Flipkart paid advertisement is getting displayed, you sit and just go on clicking. What will happen? Within 1 hour, Flipkart budget will be over. Now Flipkart ads will not be displayed on Google. Now competitor, he will start doing his advertising. It can happen, right? So what Google can do, Google what it has done, it has provided an option for the advertisers to include 500 IP addresses, to mention 500 IP addresses, which on where, I mean those IP addresses, your ad should not be displayed. So either your competitors or the area where, I mean the IP addresses is located from beyond your geographical area, then such IP addresses you prepare a list, you put it in this exclusion list, your ad will not be displayed to those IP addresses. Okay, that is again one of the tools. Next is Google Partners. Google Partners. Basically, this is a AdWord certification program where one is fundamental and another one is advanced. These are 8. This is one exam. These are 8 exams. Out of 8, you can select any one, or if you are interested, you can select more than one advanced exam. But to become a Google partner, you have to pass fundamental and compulsory one advanced exam. So only after passing such people are recognized by Google as partners. If those people are getting preference, and whenever such Google partners, they become, to become a Google partner, the threshold expenditure, what they should reach is $10,000 in 3 months. That is 90 days. How much they should be able to spend? Up to 10,000 US dollars. That is the threshold which they should be able to spend on Google AdWords. Then only they will be recognized as Google partners. Like you and me, I can learn on my own. I cannot be a Google AdWords certified professional, but still I can do it. But yes, if you are acting as an agency and you want to work for 10 companies, you are tied up with them, then becoming a Google AdWord partner has an added advantage, recognition in the market. So this is one of the program which is run by Google. Okay. Next is 8th feature is placement target advertisement. Placement target advertisement. So basically here you can choose where your ads to display. So what you can do, you can mention the websites where your ad should be displayed. You can mention the domain where your ad should be displayed. So basically you can choose where your ads should be displayed. That is again one of the feature, placement target advertisement. You can mention the target areas or target websites where your ads should be displayed. Like you can mention, my ad should be displayed on Google, my ad should be displayed on, let's say, my ad should be displayed on YouTube. And I can also say that my ad should be displayed on yourstory.com, etc. Like I can mention those websites on such domain addresses, on such pages, on such websites, my ads will be displayed by Google. So this feature is available for display advertising. Okay, display advertising. So that is again one of the feature which is used by Google. Let's have a look at the next feature. called as remarketing. Next feature is, that is your ninth feature, remarketing. Basically, what is this? Showing your ad to customers who have visited your website previously through G ads or Google ads. So what is happening here? In Google remarketing, this feature, Google will recognize and keep a list of all the visitors who have visited your website. It will keep, it will prepare a list, separate list. Okay. Now here, the list is mentioned, these people have showed some interest, they have visited your website by clicking the Google ad once or twice. Now that list is separate. Now next time, whenever I want to advertise, what I can do, I know that these people, they have visited my website already. So they were having some interest in my products and services. So what I will do, I will create the advertisement, and what I will do, I will display only to these people who are there in the list who have visited my website previously. I will display my ad only to those people who have visited previously. From where I am getting that list, Google is maintaining that remarketing list. It will provide me the list who have visited previously, and I will show my ads only to those customers. Easy? Like someone has, sorry. So someone has visited my Flipkart website previously. Next time, Flipkart, what it will do? It will advertise its products only to those customers who have visited Flipkart previously. Because these people have already shown interest in visiting Flipkart, so Flipkart will advertise only to those people who are there in the remarketing list. Okay, so this list feature is also provided. Now, next is smart shopping, campaign. Smart shopping campaign. It was introduced in the year 2018. It is basically sub-campaign of shopping campaign. This smart shopping campaign introduced in the year 2018, and it is a sub-campaign of shopping campaigns. Okay, so those people who are registered on Google Merchant Center on Google Merchant Center, such people, Google Merchant Center, such people, those people who are registered on Google Merchant Center, such people will be able to use this smart shopping campaign. What happens? Ads will be displayed on Google network. Basically both search and display. Okay. These are shopping ads, images or videos, etc. Okay. What is happening here? In this feature, Google Shop, smart shopping campaigns, shopping people who are coming for shopping. Okay, for such people, if you want to target, you can use this smart shopping campaign. It was launched in the year 2018. It is a sub campaign for shopping campaigns where I said we can advertise, register our products for sale for customers who are directly coming to purchase. So those people who are registered on Google Merchant Center, they have listed their products and services. Such people can make use of this feature, and ads will be displayed on Google Network. Now, Google Network is Google Search and Google Display Network. Like Google might have tied up with various websites, different websites on which the Google is going to place your ads or display your ads. Ads related to shopping, like that can be a text ad, that can be an image, or that can be a video. Such advertisements will be displayed, which are related to shopping. Next is, I'll take some more time. Okay, bear with me. If you want, like, I think we have spent almost 1 hour, right? So I will take another 15 minutes, and we will be able to cover the features. Okay, because it is very important. It is very difficult to cover in basically in one and a half hour. I told you it is a certification in itself, so you have to spare with bear me for some more time, right? Now next is your ad extensions. So this is your 11th feature, ad extensions. So earlier Google, if you see the advertisement, they used to give only one headline. With headline, you can give your link and some description. Now what has happened? Google is giving you an option to extend your ad, like 3 headlines. You can mention up to 3 headlines. You can list 2 URLs. Okay. You can list up to 2 URLs, and also you can list up to 2 descriptions. Okay. Now what is happening here? You can do this manual. Individually, you can go and edit and extend your ad which you are displaying. There was restriction previously. Now that restriction has been removed. So you can manually go and extend your ad, increase what you are displaying or change what you are displaying. Likewise, or it is automated. So what are the extensions you can add to your advertisement? You can add like extension of app. You can mention the link for your app. You can mention call and mention the number. You can also mention the location and give the address where you are located, like customer reviews. You can give a link to customer reviews. That is again an extension. Then you can give site link, your website links. You can also mention price. You can also mention promotions if you are giving any offers, etc. Such extensions you can add manually. And some of the extensions are automated. Like if you are not doing it manually, Google automatically what it will do, it will recognize reviews which are submitted by customers on different websites, and Google will display automatically reviews here. Google will recognize the website, automatically it will display the website link. Likewise, if you are not doing it manually, automated extension, Google will recognize and give the extension. So this feature was not available previously, but it is added recently. Previously only one headline, one URL, but now you can go. And even the characters have been increased. Like description, there was a restriction, but now you can use 90 characters. URLs you can give 2. Headlines up to 30 characters they have provided an option. Next is Google Click to Call. Click to Call. You might have searched on Google For example, if you search for, let's say, a hospital in Jayanagar, whenever you get Lenskart Jayanagar, so Lenskart address will come. Along with that Lenskart address, you will get call, website, direction, reviews. Right? On that, if you click on call, it will automatically connect you to Lenskart Jayanagar store. So Google is providing individual visitors an option to call the merchants directly from its search results. This is the feature which was added by Google. Now merchants have to pay Google whenever they receive call from that particular search click. So this is one of the feature which was added. Google click to call. So this feature was also available on Google Maps and Google My Places, okay, or Google My Business page. So Google products, these are the Google products. Maps, Google My Places, Google My Business page. So from there you can directly call. You don't have to copy the number and type in phone this one keypad, but you can just click there and automatically you can call. Next is Google AdWords customer match. Now Google AdWords customer match. This service is like it depends on the data which is provided by individuals to Google. How you provide data to individuals? You create your Gmail account. In Gmail account, you provide your name, your second name, last name, your mobile number, your email address is generated, etc., etc. Right? You go to Facebook, you create your Facebook account. How you create your Facebook account? You use your Gmail ID, okay, and there you give your age, your location, your address, your gender, marital status, etc., etc. What you are doing? Basically, you are giving all the data to Google. Now, Google, what it will do? It is collecting all this data and using this data and sharing this data to customers, I mean merchants or businesses who are advertising with Google. So these businesses use the information what you have provided to Google with your approval. You have provided this data to Google. Google is sharing this data to merchants. Merchants are using this data. They are trying to create customized advertisements and trying to target you and show their advertisement. So that is why it is called as Google Ads Customer Match. Customer has given information to Google. Google has given this information to merchants. Merchants are devising customized advertisements and those are being displayed to you. Like you mentioned your marital, your marriage year or the date of marriage, you suddenly get when you go visit Google or any website, happy anniversary discount. How those people know that it is your anniversary? You may get an email directly. How those people may know your anniversary? Because somewhere on Google you have provided your date of marriage, like birthday wishes or ads on your birthdays. How those are coming? Because on Google you have given your date of birth. So Google is sharing this information and merchants are devising customized advertisements. Next is your Google ad grants. Google grant, previously it used to give 5,000 US dollars, it used to give to promote Google AdWords. They used to give promotional grants, 5,000 grants in advance to partners. Now they have stopped it because now Google is very, very popular and it is a huge money making business for Google. So they have stopped it. But still, they are giving US dollar 10,000 to NGOs. Google is giving 10,000 US dollars to NGOs to advertise. These NGOs to advertise on Google, they don't have to pay any money. Google is giving them 10,000 credit already. So they just have to come on Google, advertise their services on Google. For NGOs, it is giving special. Next is Google Universal App. Google Universal App Campaign. Universal App Campaign. UAC. Now apps are playing a very major role. Everything, every individual merchant who has a website is moving towards mobile apps. Okay, everyone is like they want to have their own app and make customers to install that app on the website, right? On their mobiles and use their services. Banks are developing their own apps, travel portals are developing their own apps, e-commerce businesses are developing their own apps, right? Schools, colleges are developing their own apps. So apps is a business driven driving force now. Whenever we develop apps, we want to advertise those apps. Where to advertise? Google is providing an opportunity to advertise these apps. Advertise these apps on Google network. Here, basically, Google will not give much freedom, but it will give only limited option for advertisers who have developed these apps and want to advertise. So it will give option to select the image and where to display, etc., and bid how much they are ready to pay. But Google has the freedom to display this app advertisement across its network. Okay, so that is why whenever you play some games, Google will show you ads of other games, other apps, etc., etc. Okay, so on the Google Play Store, when you download one app, it will also show other apps. Whenever you are playing games, you will get video advertisements or audio advertisements or text ads. You will keep on getting. So this is one of the feature to advertise apps Google has launched. Google Universal App Campaign. So these are some of the major uh, features of Google Ads. Okay. So this is like a lot of information in one session. I'm not done still, I know. In the next class, we will deal about where all your ad is distributed. Okay. What are the types of keywords which you can use and how the cost is calculated and how the cost is calculated, what are the factors to determine the ad quality, etc. We will discuss in our next class. So spare 2 minutes. I will show you, I will share the screen. Okay. Now you have heard the story, what I was talking about. You have heard the story. I will show you the actual picture. Okay. So spare with me another 5 minutes. I will show you one of the Google AdWords account. Okay. So I'll just turn off my video. Okay, just turn off my video. So I will share my screen. Right. Now I will show you. So this is the AdWord account. Okay. Google AdWords account. Just to confirm. Okay. So this is Google AdWords account. See here, campaign. What all campaigns I have. Action insights, it will give me reports. In campaigns, I have ad groups. In ad groups, I have ads. I have ads, right? In ad groups, like ad group wise also I am getting action insights. Okay. Next is your ad action extensions. So here ads and ad extension, then automated extension. So this is what I was talking about. This ad extension is your manual and this is automated. Then also you can define landing pages. Which page customer should visit when he clicks on the advertisement which is being displayed. Okay, landing pages. So expanded landing pages. Now keywords. This is what I was talking about. So search keywords. Google will show me what are the keywords I should use for advertising. I can select the keywords. I can also mention negative keywords. Whenever that negative keyword is mentioned, my advertisement should not be displayed. That we will discuss in the next class. Next is search terms, like what are the different terms for which my ad should be shown, and action insights. So I will come to know where all the advertisements has been displayed, who have clicked and who have visited. So insights. Even I will come to know audiences, like to whom I should my ad should be displayed, and to whom my ad should not be displayed. So audiences, I can I can define whom advertisement should be displayed and also to whom it should not be displayed. That is exclusions. And then I can mention demographics, like what should be the age of my visitor to whom my ad should be shown. Age, gender, income, and combinations like language and ad. And next is your exclusion, to whom my ad should not be displayed. Right? Next, I can also mention about location, like targeted location. Which area my ad should be located, like geography wise, national, state, etc. Okay, so I can define that, and also I will mention the exclude. Exclude is where my ad should not be displayed, which region my ad should not be displayed. Next, the geographic report, user location report. So I will get some of the reports here. I will also get the per store report if I am advertising different locations of my businesses. Okay. Next, I have ad schedule. Like when I want to show my ads, I can decide the date on which my ad should be shown. I will also define hours, whether my ad should be displayed throughout the day or my ad should be displayed in the morning, in the afternoon. I can define date and even the hours during which my ad should be displayed. Devices on which my ad should be displayed, right? Like campaign, computer, mobile phone, tablets, computer, mobile phone, tablets, right? Website traffic. So I can define when my ad should be displayed. Okay. So this is about your ads. So like ad, right? So it will give you some reports. So this again I will. It's a huge module actually. So I will try to elaborate, and once in the next class, once we are done with the theory of this, what I'm showing here, done with the theory, I will show you how to create ad. Okay, see, so this is the ad. You can see this. This is the ad which I have created for hotels. Ad group ID, hotels, resort, and restaurants. This is the link, and this is the description, right? So that is the description, right? These are the keywords. These are the keywords. And cost is whenever someone clicks, how much money is charged to me. Then clicks, how many clicks I have got. CTR is click through rate. How many people, how many times my ad is displayed and how many people clicked on my ads. how many times it is displayed and how many people have clicked. So 100 times it is displayed, only 2 have clicked. So 2 divided by 100, that is my click-through rate. So these are the keywords. This is the location where my ad is being displayed. So this you will see in the next classes whenever we deal with the see, this is the ad group, this is the ad, and these are the keywords. See, these are the keywords which I have selected. All are eligible. Broad match, this we will discuss in the next series. And these are some of the report areas like search, segment, columns, reports, downloads. So these are some reports. So you can also generate customized reports for last 30, last month, all time, etc., etc. And you can generate the report and see how your ads are performing. Okay. Right. So in the next class, we'll deal with little bit of theory, which is remaining, and then we will come again to this portal and we will try to create one advertisement example and how to publish it. What are the different options available and how to publish, create that ad, how to publish that ad in the Google, how to make it available. Okay, so that is what we will try to discuss. So this is one of the very important area because of the time limit. Um, because of the time restrictions what we have and the depth of the knowledge you people should have, I request you people to go visit Google AdWords. With your Gmail ID, you can create your own Google AdWords accounts and you can also do some experiments, create some ads, select some keywords. You take some fictitious company of your own and try to create the ads and try to do some experimentation. Okay, try to experiment and we will explore the platform in detail in the next coming classes. So thank you very much for joining. Have a great day and take care.